Nehemiah became a leader at a very difficult and challenging time. Are we together? At a time when things were not flowing the way they're supposed to flow. I don't know why Elizabeth has chosen to hide her face from me. The pillar is blocking me from seeing her face. No. That's not what I mean. There's a seat here. Or somebody sitting here. Oh yes, the other one there. You know she's one of the pastors who doesn't like sitting behind. That's why. You can even sit this here. Or this Ogaji. Ogaji is represented by the Bible. Okay? That's better. And I can see your face at least. We can now communicate. Very good. Yes, so Nehemiah became a leader at a very difficult and challenging time. It was a time when the temple was destroyed. The believers that were in Jerusalem were left in a very difficult situation. The temple was destroyed, the people were left in very difficult circumstances. That is the time Nehemiah receives the call. Remember, he got a letter explaining to him how the situation was in Jerusalem. As soon as he got the letter, as a good leader, despite the opposition, despite the difficult circumstances, he rose up and decided to do something. He rose up and decided to provide a solution to the problem. So number one, we learned that Nehemiah had God's calling and responded to the call. That's number one lesson. We learned that Nehemiah had the Lord's calling and responded to the call. Many of us have had the Lord's calling, but our response is delayed by our ego. We are so egocentric that we are not ready to rise up and do something. We are self-centered. Mine is mine and for me alone. How many times have you met situations which you can help? How many times have you met people that need your help, yet you close your eyes, it's like you've not seen, you go your way? Nehemiah had the situation of the people, had the destruction of the temple, and so he decided to take a step. In Nehemiah chapter 2 verse 12b, are you ready? Nehemiah chapter 2 verse 12b. That's the only one we'll read. The others I've just mentioned as we move on. Yeah. Nehemiah chapter 2 verse 12 part B.
Verse 12 part B.
Yeah.
It says, "Neither told I any man what my God had put in my heart to do at Jerusalem. Neither was there any beast with me, save the beast that I rode up."
Thank you very much. Whenever somebody receives a call, most times he's alone. Nehemiah received a call and he put it in his heart, the burden that he got for Jerusalem. Sometimes when you share your burden with other people, not everybody will catch up with the burden. Not everybody will encourage you to carry out the task. Some people will tell you it cannot work. Some people will tell you there is nothing that can happen, especially from you. I have known you for many years. People will discourage you. People will show you how impossible that task can be fulfilled. So Nehemiah decided to keep it in his heart and took a step to fulfill whatever burden he had. So he accepted leadership as a call from God. If anything goes wrong, that old man seated there. That old man. Why? Because you have not taken it as a God's call. He listened and visited to assess the situation. He didn't just trust on only his instincts. He decided to visit the place place to Jerusalem and saw the way the situation was. Now, those are the steps that he took because he took it as a God's call. Number 2. Nehemiah cared for the people and their situations. The main burden that he carried is because he cared about the people. When he received information that the people were suffering, the temple was completely destroyed. And so Nehemiah, because of the care, because of the concern, because of the love he had towards the people, he decided to take a step. If you don't care about somebody, you don't do anything. John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world," and so because he loved the world, he gave his one and only begotten Son, Jesus Christ. Why? Because he loved the world. If you love people as a leader, you will offer yourself to help them. You will dedicate your time. You will dedicate your money. You will dedicate everything about you to help them. The reason why many leaders are not effective is because they don't love those they are leading. They don't care whether the people I lead understand or they don't understand. I don't care. That don't care attitude has spoiled most of our leadership qualities. So number 2, he cared for the people he had were in destruction. And because he cared, he listened to the voice of the people. When the people spoke, when he was on the ground, the people spoke to him. He listened to them. And out of the listening and speaking to them, they understood the vision. They understood his specific agenda in Jerusalem. In Nehemiah 2:17 and 20, we are not reading. You can write it down. In Nehemiah chapter 2, verse 17 and 20, we see that Nehemiah showed his care to the people. By the structures he put in place, by the things he began to do in Jerusalem, they show how he cared for the people. In fact, even living where he was and went to where the people were, where the destruction had taken place, is a sign of care and love and concern. Please help me ask your neighbor, have you ever done anything for your concern for other people? Yes. Right now, as we all know, there are so many things happening. The pandemic and the other things. Many people are suffering. What have you done for the people? The people that have nowhere to sleep. People who have no food. What have you done? I know some of you are whispering, I also have problems. Nehemiah had his own problems. But he sacrificed his own self for the sake of the people that were being destroyed. Somebody is whispering to me saying, I don't have anything to give. But I know there's no human being who has nothing to give. You can give your time. You can give your concentration, listening. By the way, when someone explains their problem to you, to some extent they find like you are concerned. However big the problem was, will begin to receive solution in the process of you listening to them. Even by listening to them, there's some portion of traumatization that you remove. Amen, amen. Number 3, he helped define the reality of the situation on the ground. You know, many a times we are told about things, but because we are not on the ground, we don't know what is actually happening. Right now, we can be told several things happening. It's until you go to the ground that you see how the situation is. So Nehemiah went to the ground and saw the situation for himself. He saw exactly what was happening. He was on the ground. My fellow leader, don't trust everything you are told. Be on the ground yourself. Go to the ground. Have somebody on the ground to give you information. And if possible, walk there and see. You may be told that things are happening, but there's nothing happening. You may be told that there's a construction that is going on, yet it's not going on. That reminds me of a lady that was working in UK and was sending money to the parents in Kenya. I'll not mention the place, maybe it's your cousin, you might quickly know. And every time she sends the money, because she wanted to construct a mansion at the village, and so began to send the money to the brother. And the name of the brother is withheld because they may trace where they come from. Now, in the process, every month she was sending the money. And she was told, now the house has begun. We are now on the floor. We are laying the floor. We have started the foundation. After some time she was told, we are on the lintel now. We are almost going to the first floor. After the contract of 2 years, she added another 2 years, so she stayed for 4 years. On the third year, she tells the brother, can you just take a picture of the building so that I can know how far the building has reached? So the brother went somewhere and took a picture of another building. No, not the one supposed to be constructed. And sent the picture. The sister will just say, wow, my brother is very faithful. On the 4th year now, the contract is over. And she decides now, I'm going back home to my mansion because it's complete. So when she arrives at the airport, the brother was nowhere to pick her. The mother was nowhere to pick her. The sisters were nowhere to pick her. Took a taxi home. Reached home, to her surprise, nothing had been done whatsoever. And on asking the brother, can I have my money back? The brother was ready to fight. Took out a gun, wanted to shoot the sister. Walk to the ground and see what is happening. That's what I'm emphasizing. Don't just believe. Not everybody is trustworthy. Go to the ground and see what is happening. Wakikwambia na kujengea, enda ona nyumba inajengwa. Amen? Usitume tu pesa na tuma. Enda ona ile nyumba inajengwa. On the ground. Nehemiah went to the ground and saw what was happening. He was in touch with the situation on the ground. He was in touch with what is happening on the ground. And you politicians, let them not lie to you. Make sure you know what is happening on the ground. They might tell you, tuko pamoja, but they are not together with you. They will eat your money and they will not vote for you. So be careful. Jerusalem situation was in ruins. It's until Nehemiah arrived and saw. That's when he knew the actual situation on the ground. Amen, amen. Amen, amen. He was in touch with the needs of the people. How do you feel when somebody is concerned about your need? How do you feel when somebody is concerned about your need? How do you feel when somebody is concerned about your need? Okay, even if they're not concerned, they show concern. Or they pretend to show concern. How do you feel? Yes, sir. Yes? Yeah. The way they will talk, you will know they are concerned about your need. But how do you feel? When they have talked and shown you, yani wamekuonyesha kwamba wako interested in your need, utasikiaje wewe kama mwanadamu wa kawaida? How do you feel? Good. How good is good? Yes? How is very good, very good? Relieved, as if the burden has been lifted off your shoulders. Now, that's how the people were feeling when Nehemiah was on the ground. He showed concern. Number 4, Nehemiah sought God's direction and vision. He sought God's direction and vision. As I said earlier, leadership is a call from God. You cannot succeed in leadership unless God directs you. Even me as a pastor, I cannot succeed without God's direction. In fact, when I received this vision, it was too big for me. I didn't know where to begin from. I didn't know how to go about this vision. It's until God began to direct me step by step. Sometimes I would speak things I don't even know whether they will come to pass. Because they were not my own. I didn't even know. When he gave me the picture of this building, I didn't know where money was going to come from. When he gave us this land, we didn't even know. Violet can testify. We didn't even know where money was going to come from. My wife is here, can testify. We didn't know where money was going to come from. But by the grace of God, step by step, He has given us direction. We have moved step by step by His grace. So he asked God for direction on the vision that He had given him. I told you once upon a time, if the vision is not bigger than you, it's not a vision. The vision is supposed to be bigger than your ability to fulfill. That's how it shows you that it is God's vision. But if it is your own, and you can fulfill it by closing and opening your eyes, that's not a vision. The way you're looking at me. A vision. Nehemiah was inspired by God. He was given direction. He was given what to do. The blueprint of the vision. Nehemiah 2:12, you can see that. We are not reading. Number 5. We are looking at lessons we can learn from Nehemiah as a leader, so that we can sharpen our own leadership. Number 5, he prayed to know God's will in the mission. He prayed to know God's will in the mission. He prayed to know God's will in the mission. Before I can continue talking, let me ask. When God brought you to Faith of Yahweh, did you sit down and pray to God to give you the mission? Or what did you come to do in Faith of Yahweh? Why are you here? Do you know why you're here? Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, beloved saints, do you know why you're here? What is your mission here? What did you come to do? How many don't know their mission here? You just found yourself. It just happened. Or you lost the way as well. And you found a church and the door was open and you came in. Anyone just found the door open and you came in? God does not send anybody anywhere without a reason, without a mission and a purpose. Wherever He takes us, He has a mission, He has a reason, He has a purpose. So that's why Nehemiah prayed to God, so that God may give him guidance, may give him strength, may give him manpower, may give him wisdom to be able to fulfill the task ahead. Why did he need guidance? Because he was going to deal with human beings. And as you know, human beings are different. They are of different kinds. There are those who are hard nuts to crack. Are we together? There are those who are very difficult to understand. There are those who take no instruction from any human being. They only know it is them and them alone. So for you to be able to lead such people, you need guidance from God. You need wisdom from God. You need the strength, because at some point you will wear out. Have you ever been in a situation where you talk and people just look at you? They don't say yes, they don't say amen, they don't say we understand, they don't speak a word, just look at you. And if you are an abusive leader, you can easily say, why are you looking at me like vegetables, carrots, cucumber, and so on and so forth? But now, Nehemiah encountered such people. So he needed God's guidance, he needed wisdom, he needed strength, and also he needed the manpower. Because the same people who had hearted are the same people who would help him build the temple. He could not do it alone. He cannot build the temple alone. the same people that are hard nuts to crack them and follow the way. So he needed guidance and wisdom. Number 6. I'm trying to write. Bear with me. Nehemiah spoke God's wisdom in simplicity. Nehemiah spoke God's wisdom in simplicity. Which number is that? And you are just the last. Nehemiah spoke the vision in simplicity. By simplicity, I mean easy to understand, so that the learned and the unlearned, the schooled and unschooled, could understand the vision. What was the vision? Come, let us rebuild the temple. Simple. Come, let us rebuild the temple or the walls. Come, let us rebuild the temple. Right? Simple and clear. Direct. Sometimes people don't take a vision because you complicate it. You complicate the vision with the words that you cannot even understand yourself.
Mwanzo na mwisho, Yahweh ni Mungu. Yahweh anatawala.